Greatness doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It doesn't ask for permission. Greatness happens when ordinary people make extraordinary decisions. Right here, right now. Every single day you're writing a page in the story of your life. Some of you might be thinking, but my story isn't exciting. It's not special. That's why you've been sold. Your story is the most important story in the universe because it's the only one you have the power to change. Success is not an accident. It's not a product of chance or circumstance. Success is a decision. It's a commitment you make to yourself every single morning when your feet hit the floor. Winning the day isn't about grand gestures or monumental achievements. It's about the small victories. It's about choosing growth over comfort, progress over perfection, action over excuses. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. It's the universe's way of pointing you in a new direction. The only true failure is the failure to get back up and try again. Life doesn't happen to you, life responds to you when you decide to win the day. Every day, you're not just changing your schedule, you're changing your destiny. You're declaring to the universe that you refuse to be average, that you reject mediocrity, that you are ready to step into your full potential. What's holding you back? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it the opinion of others? Whatever it is. I want you to look it square in the eye and say, you have no power here. The only limits that exist are the ones you accept. Winning the day isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about making a commitment to excellence in everything you do, no matter how small the task might seem. Because greatness isn't born in a moment. It's cultivated through consistent daily choices. Many people go through life without ever discovering their true purpose. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep, and repeat day after day, year after year. But that's not living, that's existing. And you were not born to merely exist. You were born to thrive, to make an impact, to leave a legacy. Your purpose is not something you create, something you discover. It's already within you, waiting to be unleashed. And when you align your daily actions with your purpose, that's when magic happens. That's when you start winning not just the day, but your entire life. Your purpose is not about you. It's about what you can contribute to the world. It's about the lives you can touch, the problems you can solve, the value you can add. When you wake up every morning with the intention of serving your purpose, you tap into a wellspring of motivation that never runs dry. Discovering and living your purpose requires courage. It requires you to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks, to face your fears head on. It means being willing to fail, to look foolish, to be misunderstood. The reward is worth it. Because there's a greater fulfillment than knowing you're living the life you were meant to live. Time is the great equalizer. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what you do, you have 24 hours in a day. The same 24 hours as everyone else. The question is, what are you doing with your 24 hours? Time is the most precious resource you have. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Every second that passes is gone forever. So when you decide to win the day, you're making a decision to make every second count. Many people go wrong. They confuse activity with productivity. They're busy, but they're not effective. They're moving, but they're not progressing. Winning the day isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. This is where the power of prioritization comes in. Every morning, I want you to ask yourself this question. What's the one thing I can do today that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? Focus on that one thing. Give it your best energy, your undivided attention. Because when you win in your priorities, you win the day. Many people think that to win the day, they need to sacrifice sleep, work 20 hours a day. and burn themselves out. Nothing could be further from the truth. Winning the day isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. Your body is not a machine. It needs rest. It needs recovery. It needs balance. When you neglect your health in pursuit of success, you're sabotaging your own potential. You can't pour from an empty cup. So part of winning the day is taking care of yourself. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This means getting enough sleep. It means eating nutritious food. It means exercising regularly. It means taking time for reflection and meditation. It means nurturing your relationships. Because when you're operating at your best, that's when you can give your best to the world. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. And if you want to win the day, every day, you need to cultivate a winning mindset. A winning mindset starts with gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, before you do anything else, take a moment to be grateful. Grateful for another day of life. Grateful for the opportunities ahead. Grateful for the challenges that will make you stronger. Because when you start your day with gratitude, you start from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. A winning mindset is also about positivity. Now, I'm not talking about naive optimism that ignores reality. I'm talking about a deep-seated belief that no matter what happens, you have the ability to handle it. That every problem contains the seed of an opportunity. That every setback is a setup for a comeback. Mindset, not something you set once and forget. It's something you need to nurture and protect every single day. Because the world is full of negativity. Full of people who will try to bring you down to their level. Don't let them. Guard your mind like it's the most precious thing you own, because it is. If you want to win the day, you need to know what winning looks like. You need to have clear, specific goals that excite you, that challenge you, that pull you forward. Many people go wrong with goal setting. They set goals that are too small, too safe. They set goals based on what they think is possible, rather than what they truly desire. I want you to set goals that scare you a little. Goals that make you stretch. Goals that force you to become more than you are right now. The purpose of a goal is not just to achieve something, it's to become someone. When you set a big goal and commit to it, you set in motion a process of personal growth. You become the kind of person capable of achieving that goal. And that transformation is even more valuable than the achievement itself. You don't achieve your yearly goals in a year. You achieve them day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. That's why winning the day is so crucial. Because when you consistently win the day, you inevitably win the year. And ultimately, you win your life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what turns dreams into reality. Discipline is not about punishment. It's not about deprivation. Discipline is about love. When you're disciplined, you're showing love to your future self. You're saying, I care enough about my dreams to do what's necessary. Even when it's not easy. Discipline is a form of self-respect. It's a way of honoring your commitments to yourself. Discipline, it gets easier with practice. The more you exercise your discipline muscle, the stronger it becomes. And eventually, what started as discipline becomes habit. And when winning the day becomes your habit, success becomes your lifestyle. Your environment. Your environment is not neutral. It's either supporting your goals or hindering them. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the places you spend your time, all of these shape your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately your results. So I want you to take a hard look at your environment. Are the people around you lifting you up or pulling you down? Is your physical space conducive to productivity and creativity? Are you feeding your mind with information that inspires and empowers you? Or are you consuming mental junk food? Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who believe in you even more than you believe in yourself. Because when you're in an environment of growth and positivity, winning the day becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. You can have the best strategies, the most inspiring goals, the perfect environment, but if you don't take action, it's all for nothing. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready. They wait for permission. But let me tell you something, the perfect moment doesn't exist. You'll never feel 100% ready. And the only permission you need is your own. The key to winning the day is to start before you feel ready, to take imperfect action, to embrace the philosophy of ready fire. Because action creates clarity, action creates momentum. Action creates results. Every time you take action despite your fear, despite your doubt, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. And that confidence becomes the fuel for even greater action. If you're committed to winning the day, every day you're going to face adversity. You're going to face obstacles. You're going to face setbacks. It's not a matter of if, but when. What separates the winners from the losers? Winners see adversity as an opportunity. They understand that every problem comes bearing its own solution. They know that adversity is not sent to destroy them, but to promote them. Adversity is like a weight trainer for your character. It's through overcoming challenges that you develop strength. It's through solving problems that you develop wisdom. It's through facing your fears that you develop courage. So when adversity comes, and it will come, don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Embrace it. Welcome it. Because on the other side of that adversity is a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of you. Winning the day isn't about being in a constant state of hustle and grind. It's about finding the right rhythm of engagement and recovery. A bow that's always taut will eventually lose its power. In the same way, if you're always on, always pushing, always striving, you'll eventually burn out. That's why part of winning the day is knowing when to rest, when to reflect, when to recharge. This means taking regular breaks throughout your day. It means having a Sabbath, a day of rest and renewal each week. It means taking vacations, not just to escape your life, but to come back to it with fresh energy and perspective. Remember, rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's during times of rest that your body heals, that your mind integrates new information, that your spirit reconnects with your purpose. So don't feel guilty about taking time to rest. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. In today's rapidly changing world, the most valuable skill you can have is the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. The moment you stop learning, you start dying. Winning the day means committing to lifelong learning. It means being curious, being open-minded, being willing to challenge your own assumptions. It means reading books, listening to podcasts, attending seminars, seeking out mentors. But here's the key, it's not just about accumulating information. It's about applying what you learn. It's about turning knowledge into wisdom. So every day, I want you to ask yourself, what have I learned today? And how can I use it to become better? Many people never start because they're afraid of failing, mistakes, of looking foolish, of being judged. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed when you can imagine. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They used failure as feedback. They learned from it. They grew from it. They used it as fuel to push them forward. So I want you to reframe your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, see it as something to be embraced. Because every failure is bringing you one step closer to success. Every mistake is teaching you a valuable lesson. Every setback is setting you up for a comeback. In today's world of constant distractions, the ability to focus is becoming increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Winning the day requires you to develop laser-like focus on what truly matters. This means learning to say no. No to distractions. No to low-priority tasks. No to anything that doesn't align with your goals and values. Because every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So make sure you're saying yes to the right things. It also means practicing mindfulness. Being fully present in each moment. When you're working, work. When you're resting, rest. When you're with your loved ones, be fully with them. Don't let your mind wander to the past or the future. Win the moment, and you'll win the day. Something that's crucial for long-term success, the power of consistency. You see, it's not what you do once in a while that shapes your life. It's what you do consistently. Winning the day isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about making small, positive choices consistently over time. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. If you improve just 1% each day, after a year, you'll be 37 times better. That's the power of consistency. That's how you create lasting change. That's how you transform your life. Many people are so focused on their next goal that they forget to celebrate their current victories. But celebration is not just a nice to have, it's a must have if you want to sustain long-term success. When you celebrate your wins, no matter how small, you release dopamine in your brain. This not only makes you feel good, but it also reinforces the behavior that led to the win. It creates a positive feedback loop that makes you want to win even more. So at the end of each day, take a moment to celebrate your wins. Celebrate the task you completed, the obstacles you overcame, the progress you made. Because when you acknowledge how far you've come, you'll be motivated to go even further. True fulfillment doesn't come from what you get, but from what you give. Winning the day isn't just about personal achievement. It's about making a positive impact on the world around you. Every day, I want you to ask yourself, how can I add value to someone else's life today? It could be through your work, through a kind word, through a helping hand. Because when you focus on serving others, you take the focus off your own problems. You connect with something larger than yourself. The more you give, the more you receive. Not because you're seeking a return, but because that's how the universe works. When you make other people's lives better, your own life gets better too. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's vividly imagined and what's real. So when you visualize yourself winning the day, you're programming your subconscious mind for success. Every morning, before you start your day, take a few minutes to visualize. See yourself accomplishing your task with ease and excellence. See yourself overcoming challenges with confidence and grace. See yourself ending the day feeling fulfilled and satisfied. This isn't just positive thinking, it's mental rehearsal. It's preparing your mind for success. Because when you've already won the day in your mind, winning it in reality becomes much easier. In our rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt is not just an advantage, it's a necessity. Winning the day, every day, requires you to be flexible, to be open to change, to be willing to pivot when circumstances demand it. Many people resist change. They cling to their comfort zones, to their familiar routines, to their established ways of thinking. But here's the truth. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Evolution favors not the strongest, but the most adaptable. So I challenge you to embrace change. See it not as a threat, but as an opportunity. When you face a new situation, a new challenge, a new paradigm, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become better? Adaptability doesn't mean you abandon your principles or your goals. It means you're willing to find new paths to reach those goals. It means you're resilient enough to bounce back from setbacks. It means you're creative enough to find solutions where others see only problems. Water is soft, yet it can wear away rock. Why? Because it's adaptable. It flows around obstacles. It finds the path of least resistance. And in doing so, it reaches its destination. Be like water in your journey to success. Winning the day starts with knowing yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your triggers. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and effective leadership. Many people go through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances without understanding why they react the way they do. But when you're self-aware, you can choose your responses, you can leverage your strengths and manage your weaknesses. You can align your actions with your values. Self-awareness isn't always comfortable. It requires honest self-reflection. It means confronting your fears, your insecurities, your limiting beliefs. But it's through this process that you uncover your true potential. I want you to make self-reflection a daily habit. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn about myself? This practice will accelerate your growth and help you win not just the day, but your life. In our quest to win the day, we often focus on tasks, on productivity, on tangible results. But equally important is our ability to understand and manage our emotions and to empathize with others. Emotional intelligence is what allows you to stay calm under pressure, to resolve conflicts effectively, to inspire and motivate others. It's what helps you build strong relationships, both personal and professional. And in a world where collaboration is increasingly important, these skills are invaluable. Developing emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness, but it goes beyond that. It involves self-regulation, the ability to control your emotional reactions. It involves empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. And it involves social skills, the ability to navigate complex social situations. Every day, I want you to practice emotional intelligence. When you feel a strong emotion, pause and name it. When you interact with others, try to see things from their perspective. When you face a conflict, seek to understand before seeking to be understood. Creativity is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what allows you to solve problems, to innovate, to stand out in a crowded marketplace. And here's the thing, creativity is not a talent that some people have and others don't. It's a skill that can be developed and strengthened. Winning the day often requires thinking outside the box, coming up with novel solutions, seeing connections that others miss. So how do you cultivate creativity? First, expose yourself to diverse ideas and experiences. Read widely. Travel if you can. Engage with people from different backgrounds. Second, make time for play and experimentation. Creativity flourishes when you're relaxed and open to possibilities. Don't be afraid to try new things, to make mistakes, to look silly. Some of the best ideas come from what seems like foolishness at first. Third, practice divergent thinking. When you face a problem, don't just look for the right answer. Instead, try to come up with as many possible solutions as you can, no matter how wild they seem. Quantity often leads to quality when it comes to creative ideas. Your body and mind are interconnected. When your body is healthy, your mind performs better. You have more energy, better focus, greater resilience to stress. So winning the day isn't just about mental strategies, it's also about taking care of your physical health. This means prioritizing sleep. It means eating nutritious food that fuels your body and brain. It means regular exercise, not just for physical fitness, but for mental clarity and emotional balance. I want you to see your body as the vehicle that carries you towards your way, just like you wouldn't pour sugar into your car's gas tank. Don't fuel your body with junk food. Just like you wouldn't drive your car without regular maintenance. Don't neglect regular checkups and self-care. Remember, health is wealth. All the success in the world means nothing if you don't have the health to enjoy it. So make your health a non-negotiable part of winning the day. Gratitude is not just a feel-good practice. It's a game changer when it comes to winning the day. When you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Gratitude rewires your brain. It reduces stress hormones and increases feel-good neurotransmitters. It improves your sleep, boosts your immune system, and enhances your relationships. In short, gratitude makes you healthier, happier, and more resilient. Gratitude is not about ignoring problems or challenges. It's about finding the good even in difficult situations. It's about recognizing that every challenge also brings an opportunity for growth. In the morning, before you do anything else, think of 3 things you're grateful for. At night, before you sleep, reflect on 3 good things that happened during the day, no matter how small. It's easy to make promises to yourself. It's easy to set goals, but following through. That's where many people stumble. That's where accountability comes in. Accountability means taking ownership of your actions and their consequences. It means following through on your commitments, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. It means being answerable to yourself and to others. One powerful way to increase accountability is to share your goals with someone you trust. A friend, a mentor, a coach. When you verbalize your commitments, they become more real. When you know someone else is expecting you to follow through, you're more likely to do so. Another way to increase accountability is to track your progress. Keep a journal. Use a habit tracker. Measure your key performance indicators. What gets measured gets managed. When you can see your progress or lack thereof in black and white, it becomes a powerful motivator. In our busy, distracted world, the ability to be fully present in the moment is becoming increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Mindfulness is not about emptying your mind. It's about focusing your attention on the present moment without judgment. Mindfulness helps you win the day in several ways. First, it reduces stress and anxiety by bringing you out of worries about the future or regrets about the past. Second, it improves your focus and productivity by training your mind to stay on task. Third, it enhances your relationships by allowing you to be fully present with others. I encourage you to incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. Start with just 5 minutes a day of mindful breathing. Focus on the sensation of your breath going in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back to your breath. Over time, you can extend this practice and incorporate it into other activities. The power of continuous improvement. The Japanese have a concept called kaizen, which means continuous improvement. It's the idea that small, consistent improvements compound over time to create significant results. Winning the day isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about getting 1% better each day. It's about making small improvements in your habits, your skills, your knowledge, your relationships. These small improvements might not seem like much in the moment, but over time, they create massive change. So each day ask yourself, how can I be 1% better today than I was yesterday? Maybe it's reading a few pages of a book. Maybe it's doing one more rep in your workout. Maybe it's having a slightly deeper conversation with a loved one. These small steps, taken consistently, will lead you to greatness. Your perspective, the way you see the world and your place in it, shapes your reality. It influences your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and ultimately your results. Winning the day often comes down to choosing the right perspective. When you face a challenge, do you see it as a problem or an opportunity? When you make a mistake, do you see it as a failure or a learning experience? When you face uncertainty, do you see it as a threat or an adventure? The beautiful thing about perspective is that you have the power to choose it. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you interpret and respond to what happens. This is not about positive thinking or denying reality. It's about choosing the most empowering perspective in any given situation. When you find yourself feeling stuck or discouraged, ask yourself, is there another way to look at this situation? What would I tell a friend if they were in my position? What's the opportunity here? In a world that often pressures us to conform, to fit in, to be what others expect us to be, there's immense power in being authentically yourself. Authenticity is about aligning your outer actions with your inner values and beliefs. It's about being true to yourself, even when it's not easy or popular. Winning the day authentically means staying true to your values, even when tempted to compromise. It means expressing your true thoughts and feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. It means pursuing your own path, even when others don't understand. Authenticity requires courage. It requires self-awareness to be vulnerable. But the rewards are immense. When you're authentic, you attract the right opportunities and the right people in your life. You build deeper, more meaningful relationships. You experience greater fulfillment and less stress. Be honest with yourself and others. Embrace your quirks and imperfections. Let your unique light shine. Because the world doesn't need another copy, it needs the original, authentic you. Life is full of ups and downs, successes and setbacks. Winning the day every day doesn't mean you'll never face adversity. It means you have the resilience to bounce back, to keep going, to learn and grow from every experience. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes every time you face a challenge and overcome it. You're building your resilience. Every time you fail and get back up, you're strengthening your ability to persevere. Building resilience starts with your mindset. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. It's about focusing on what you control rather than what you can't. It's about maintaining hope and optimism, even in difficult times. I want you to embrace challenges as opportunities to build your resilience. When you face a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What's the next positive step I can take? Let's address the power of connection. As humans, we are inherently social creatures. Our connections with others play a crucial role in our ability to win the day every day. These connections provide support, inspiration, accountability, and a sense of belonging. Winning the day isn't just about individual achievement, it's also about nurturing your relationships. It's about being there for others and allowing others to be there for you. It's about creating a network of support that lifts you up when you're down and celebrates with you when you succeed. I challenge you to make connection a priority in your daily life. Reach out to a friend or family member, offer help to a colleague. Engage in your community. Practice active listening. Show appreciation for the people in your life. Remember, success is sweeter when shared. The connections you build and nurture are not just a means to an end. They're a vital part of a fulfilling life. Winning the day every day is about consistently making choices that align with your values and move you closer to your goals. It's about taking responsibility for your life and refusing to be a victim of circumstances. It's about continuous growth, resilience in the face of adversity, and the courage to be authentically yourself. Remember, you have greatness within you. You have the power to shape your destiny, one day at a time. So go out there and win the day, not just today, but every day. Because when you commit to winning the day, every day you inevitably win at life.